Welcome to Fast Five, where our three panelists talk about 5 topics in 7 short minutes. First up, California Ghost Town sells for $1.4 million. Henry, that's not a bad price to pay for a whole town, is it?
I think it's great. It already has infrastructure in place. The roads have already been cut out. There's buildings standing. It's had some type of maintenance.
There are houses in California that sell for more than $1.4 million.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
Yeah. You buy a whole town, I don't see any issue with that.
It has a great name, Cerrado Gordo, Fat Hill.
There you go.
And let's see, does that convey mining rights?
Yeah, whatever's left
one
there,
would
right?
think if you own the town.
Well, there you go.
So, anyway.
That's good.
Okay, number 2, Trump reveals details of planned Air Force One makeover. It's going to be better bigly. Henry, what do you say?
Well, I saw 1 or 2 of the mock-ups on it, and okay, it looks different considering the presidential look that Air Force One currently conveys. I can't really say I'm in favor of it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll send out Air Force One and we can get corporate sponsors like NASCAR. And then that will pay for presidential junkets in the future.
Air Force One.
He doesn't want that kind of baby blue that it is now.
Air Force One, sponsored by Putin.
Yes. Hey.
What are your thoughts, Tom?
On Air Force One?
Yeah.
Well, they can do what they want. They might need a new plane, but it's not high on the list.
2 of them.
Here, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how much they really need this, but it's something that, of course, Donald and some of his cabinet members want the best with our tax dollars.
But
well, they want the best for the future, for the upcoming president in 2024.
Yeah, and his whole take on this was, I made a great deal. It was another one of his selling points, like on his television show. I made a great deal. That was his big thing, that this is why.
Did you notice he said 2024 for the next president in 2024? Did you notice he said that?
I ignored that.
Okay, just checking.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
All right, here's the big one. Genetically modified babies given go-ahead by UK ethics body.
That I find very disturbing. This is like a scene from Star Trek, and we're going to have Trump standing there at the microphone yelling, "Con!" when it's all said and done. But yeah, it's troubling.
So we've done so well with other GMO items, whether it's food or other things. What are your thoughts on it, Tom?
Well, it's such, a Pandora's box of all kinds of ethical issues that I think requires a heck of a lot more thought than they were saying panel. It's not just a medical thing. It could become for cosmetic reasons. People with money, then it could, there's all this inequality in the world. This isn't going to help it. You can genetically, I want that kid. I want this one, and I can pay for it. You can't, So I mean, it's part of that whole. There's just so many levels that I don't like this.
I mean, from a creationist point of view, I even think from an evolution point of view, we are interceding on the natural order of things, and that bothers me.
But if I'm arguing for this, wouldn't you agree that? And I'm not arguing for it necessarily.
Okay.
But if I were in favor of it, would you not agree that we interfere with the natural order of things with antibiotics, with replacement of body parts and transplants?
Transplants that provide additional life, antibiotics that extend your life and help prevent disease. Yes, we do interfere with that, but now we're talking about actually getting into your DNA sequencing and then selecting, I want a child with blonde, straight hair, blue eyes, and I want this nose, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's going too far.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think some of the basic thing here is too, they're changing just for medical reasons. It's gotten broader. That's the thing. It's kind of so.
Uber is facing a probe into alleged gender discrimination.
It happens in a lot of places, so it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it seems to be kind of foolish if you're the new, kid in the block, relatively speaking, in terms of transportation here. They're not that old yet.
No.
And they have a Lyft and those people out there that are their challengers. Why would you do this? Because a lot of your customers are going to be, it doesn't sell well.
No.
No, I agree with you on that one.
So, why would you do this? It doesn't make sense to me.
All right, last topic, and this is our WTF, What the Flip Side topic of the week. Minnesota candidate arrested on suspicion of revenge porn. Tom, what is revenge porn anyway?
Well, it's just kind of using some pornographic picture you can put online to shame whoever it is you want to shame, for whatever grievance you happen to feel. And this guy was a city council candidate or something that thought this was a good idea. Reminds me of some other city people we know, But,
What about the mayor? Remember the mayor in Canada, somewhere in Canada?
I
Do you remember that
don't
guy?
remember that one,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
It wasn't revenge porn with him, but he was like a crack addict or something like that.
I don't remember.
was that Quebec City?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was up in either Quebec City or Montreal.
What do you think on the revenge porn?
We were joking in the intermission, not joking in a positive. I just think it's downright creepy. In this day and age, in any day and age, why in the world would you do something like that?
It's immoral, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, it's just plain stupid.
The porn part or
If you want to run for
the porn part or the revenge part is immoral?
Both. Well,
Okay. All right, just confirming. All right, that's all the time we have for Fast Five. Coming up next, Governor Hogan announces student debt relief initiatives. We'll have that story in 3 minutes. Stay with us.